Hello, we are here for one more lesson of this SprutCAM training course, and the topic for today will be what we call SprutCAD drawing. So we are going to see about the creation of 2D entities that may support the creation of fixtures, isolated parts on the milling. So basically, this is a support of the milling look of SprutCAM. In Model tab, we have a function called Drawing, and when we choose Drawing, we get a new entry on the list. So below this entry, all elements created under the drawing are placed. And also with this choice, we get these icons here, which allow us to assess these entities. So for example, I have several types of entities. This first one, a box, and when I start to click things, you see that I have the geometric data around here, which I can change, but I will do this now interactive in my screen only with my mouse. So a box, for example, I want to create also a circle, and I will create a circle somewhere like this. See that I have the center, X and Y, and I can choose coordinates or not, and the radius value, okay, also that can be chosen here. Again, I will choose it with my mouse, so box, circle, the arc is basically the same. I have the possibility to create lines and also to create points. Now, with this geometry created, I have also access to the functions undo and redo. So undo goes back, redo goes forward, which are also basic functions of almost every CAD system. And I have also the possibility to do trims, which recognize the geometry that it is intersecting and basically trims those portions of the entities. I can also create chamfers or a fillet. For example, I can create a fillet choosing the value. For example, this is a big value. I will choose a smaller one. So, for example, like this, and let me see, like this. And I can go there, choose chamfer, and probably this is too big, like this, and like this. So I have a lot of possibilities to create geometry. I have also this possibility to create a contour, and allows me to continue to create entities until I close a contour. For example, I will go back. I don't want this part to be done. And I can also create equidistant or offset, for example, choosing this part, which is one thing, and choosing this part, which it is another one. Okay, and for sure I could make a union and trim the portions in excess, so quite easy. I can create also, for example, a couple of circles. I'm not checking the value for the diameter. Let me do them a little different. For example, also in the middle for this guy here. And I can place a couple of dimensions, for example, this one here, so also very easy. And now with this construction, I can do also a couple of things. First, I can put a point in the middle here, and I can do something like this. I can choose everything, and I can, for example, if I grab one point, you see that I have some parametrics, depends on the geometry for sure. Let me choose it again. For example, let us try to, you see, it depends. I have some geometrical limitations, but okay, I have different possibilities to manipulate this. Let me try to change this one. See, I have some degree of parameterization. I can, for example, I can fix this guy. For example, point 1, I can fix it. I think it was fixed. Let us try again to choose it. For example, okay, it was not fixed, but let me try another one. For example, this one here, and fix it. I hope it is now. Let me try to move it. Still moving. Okay, not fixed, but okay. I can fix a part of the geometry so that we can have fixed points. It was not the case in here, but no issue about it. I can do a couple of nice things also, like creating blocks. For example, let me create a point that for some reason I deleted. Oh, this one I don't want it. I can, for example, choose this thing here. I can save as a block, and now I have a function in the end, manage blocks. I can select my block here and just placing my block where I want. So very easy also to do this. Finally, I have also a very nice possibility to edit my geometry. If I do something like this, I can choose all my geometry. If you see in this part, I can change, for example, my center point. I can turn my copies, for example, as 4, and angle, for example, 90 degrees, which may create this kind of thing. So I can add, to finish, I could create a geometry like this, and now make the trim of what I want, for example, the portions, and go on with this. So it's very flexible. We can do a lot of things, and as you see, the entry of the drawing, I have all the entities around here. I can select them individually by groups or whatever I have. So this is very flexible and has the purpose to create support to the milling commands. Next lesson, we will see about the sketch and the differences between these drawing functions and the sketch. But I hope that these examples of the CAD were clear. We will have a couple of examples also a little more upfront about importing geometry and creating geometry inside to show how to handle these possibilities in terms of the milling, and how can we have and use these functions as helpers for the milling. Besides all of these topics, we have more information inside our online platform. If you want to access it, or if you want to know more information about how to assess it, contact us through the usual channels, and we will pass you all the information regarding that also, or support that you may need to these drawing functions.